and welcome back to another video. This month we have
This is match 2 now?
match 2 for the monthly of June. So we have François and Simon playing
both black decks, right?
pretty black gear decks. One called the Pain Train.
That's François' baby.
And Simon playing Black Rack.
Which is just mono black, right? So we'll see what those decks look like in a minute. Or in a second.
And so...
Okay, first of all, François, if you ever send a deck picture like this again, you are banned, both from the group and from I don't even know what else, but...
It almost looks like a singleton deck, like the way it's done. It's not.
This is unacceptable. Anyways, I mean, just looking at, I think what stands out from this deck, from mono black, is not just the fact that you're playing a bit of blue for some power pieces and the fruits, but it's those initiates of the Ebon hand, which he likes a lot. They help filter mana of one color into black.
Yeah.
I think you can only do
three
before it dies.
Yeah, if you do
it kills itself, right?
Yeah, I think you have to sacrifice it. Yeah.
So it's really good about the little filtering, which, you know, from the last matches we were saying the mana bases were a bit, unfortunate or dangerous because of the force strip. Here you can play your force strip without worrying because you can filter your mana.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
Which I'm just guessing he's probably... Does he have a drain life somewhere? I can't tell. Everything's all scattered.
No, I don't see drain life. I just see psionic blast in terms of damage plus the rack. Yeah, this is...
Yeah, François.
You get -1. This is a -1. This is an easy -1.
2 out of 5 stars. Would not recommend. Deck picks wise.
Yeah.
But the deck itself...
Good deck.
Yeah.
It has posted results, but this is unacceptable. Anyways,
participates in class activities, may need improvements.
Yeah.
But
Look at the sideboard here. You got the 4 mazes.
4 mazes, which I guess is kind of aggressive, but I mean...
What?
He's probably scared of creatures. He needs not much creature removal.
An Ifrit in the sideboard. Okay.
The balance is a bit of an odd choice.
Well,
considering...
he is kind of a creature deck, right? Got Black Knights and stuff. I think he wants to be the creature deck. So maybe he's more just afraid of like White Weenie. Something that's spitting out black creatures, spitting out creatures like crazy.
Yeah, we'll see. And now this Black Rack deck, I mean, just a classic,
mono black, right?
Mono black. You got your Greed, you got your Pestilence, Dark Rituals, you got your Black Knights, your Hippies, Singers. Yeah. I mean,
I do like seeing 6 knights and 4 of them being the orders instead of, you know what I mean? Like, I do like seeing 4 orders, and if you're and then going a little bit deeper with the Black Knights. I like the have something to do on turn 2, right? Like, turn 1 ritual hippie is the classic. Everybody wants to do that. It's the strongest thing you can do in the mono black deck, kind of, arguably, but don't miss your turn 2. Like, have a turn 2. I would rather guarantee a turn 2 than go, here's a turn 1 hippie, and then miss turn 2, because if they answer that hippie and you don't have a follow-up on turn 2, we've talked about this in the last commentary videos, is you cannot afford to time walk yourself when you're a mono white or a mono black deck, and if you don't have that turn 2 play, you're time walking yourself. So I like the 6. I like the 6 knights.
I like the fact that there is a couple, at least a 1 drop if he's not going to play the turn 1 ritual hippie. Like, he could play the rack at least.
Just set it up
for when he has like the hymns out or the Mind Twist coming out. Sideboard, we're seeing what's that, Poltergeist something?
Zenith Poltergeist.
Zenith Poltergeist.
Tap to turn target non-creature artifact into an artifact creature with both power and toughness equal to its casting cost.
So I guess it's trying to get rid of like
it can kill Moxen.
The Moxen killer. Sitting in the bottle for obvious reasons. Gloom, which is great. Terror for creature. Paralyze for creature. Underworld Dreams is for more control decks.
There is one in the main, if you see on the left here. I missed that first.
Yeah.
There's a little enchantment.
And Greed as well, so, get a little bit of life.
I like Greed. With Drain Life 2, I'd put two Greeds. So I don't know, we'll see. 2 black decks. Can mono black beat... the
Pain Train?
Beat mono black, trying to be splashing with blue. I don't know.
And then, well, it's checking all the boxes for me, and I'm excited to see what happens in the next matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I like my sinkholes as much as the next person, so.
Alright, let's go to game 1. All right, game number 1.
So we got a shuffle. So
Save.
we're looking from Simon's perspective.
It's interesting. We got the Branching Paths, which was an expansion set made exclusively
By
the Tundra Wolves group.
for the Tundra Wolves.
For the Wolves Tundra Wolves Challenge. 6, but I think it was a separate event.
6 or 5?
6.
6. Yeah, it was the day 2.
Yes,
day
day 2 of... now we're seeing opening hand, strip mine, sinkhole, swamp,
The focus is
pup night. Yeah, looks like a decent,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm happy with this. Like, you have your sinkhole. You got to turn 2 plays. Like, go.
So it looks like
François checking his hand, making it nice for us.
Serendip,
Oh my
Hippie.
goodness, gotta get my good God in heaven. So, was that?
So this is gonna be a great.
Is that land ritual hippie lotus ifrit on turn 1 against mono black? Do it right. There's no balance.
Yeah.
And especially when they go turn 1, go. Okay, come on, François, do it. Give it to us. Land ritual hippie lotus ifrit. Yes.
Lotus.
Yes.
Ritual.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And yes. Okay.
Very nice. So now Simon's probably like, damn it, I have a 4-turn clock.
That's the classic hand gesture of François when he does a really good turn 1 play. That it's a very distinct your turn hand gesture that comes out of his.
Now, how bad would it be if he just plays Plains Balance? Even though, just like, okay. It's unfortunate because he's got 2 flyers, eh? So
Yeah,
it's like,
the game like probably just ends right there.
yeah, I mean that's an exceptional opening hand. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, just extremely powerful. No matter how you want to look at it.
Like the play on Simon's play there was definitely not. I mean, it could have been sinkhole, but the play there was to terror the Freet, but no terror in hand, right? So without the terror, is there even terror in the deck? I don't even see terror in his deck. I don't see terror in the deck, so there's no way to kill any of his.
Yeah, Chaos Orb, Drain Life is like his only outs, I think.
He can drain the hippie, but he's on a Juzamjin clock.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't even think François cares that he's gonna François could probably not play a land for the rest of the game and he would be okay. Because even Drain Life on the hippie sets the clock to 1 extra turn. That's for a guy with a deck pick like that, that's an unjust opening opening hand.
So he's playing for Pestilence.
Okay, Pestilence is actually an answer. Totally forgot that it's right there too. I'm looking right at it.
Yeah, we're looking at it. We're like, what can? But he gets these black mana. So he can only do it for 2.
And yeah, okay. And that will be the same damage that the hippie would have dealt anyway. So he's still on the same clock. So unfortunately, because if you Pestilence for 4 here and you killed but you can't, right? But if you did, he'd be at 1, and then you win. You can actually maybe win that game.
Wow, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So he's gonna swing. Might as well.
Yeah. And I think that's all she wrote. Yeah. Because even a Dark Ritual, right, with the lands he hasn't played, Dark Ritual would have still made the 4 mana to kill everything. Yeah. And honestly, if François hasn't been doing anything, and Simon goes to 1 and has... Oh no, but his own creature would die too. I don't know.
I mean, considering François had an explosive hand, it was still he was at,
that's a low amount of health, man.
Like, he was still able to, at least do a little bit of damage, but yeah.
I mean,
I think a Dark Ritual maybe would have changed that.
Yeah.
Would have been down to 1, no mana source, and I think at that point the mono deck lag probably would have came back from that.
Yeah, but I mean, if there's a deck that you want to do what François did versus, it's mono black. So everything kind of just worked out perfectly for François there. So I mean, we'll see what happens in game 2. I mean, I can't. And sideboarding isn't really.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Can't really. I mean, you bring in the terrors.
Probably the terrors and maybe the city in the bottle.
If you're the mono.
Because you're seeing Serendibs.
And François probably brings in Maze with the other Ifrit? Maybe he's afraid of terror, so he won't bring in the Ifrit. Maybe François brings in some mazes. I mean, Mono Black is an aggro deck at the end of the day, right? It's more aggro than it is resource denial, in my opinion.
Starting off with the factory.
It's not an exciting start for
Strip
the Mono
mine.
Black.
There we go.
I might save my strip mines for swamps against Mono Black, especially if Mono Black does nothing on turn 1 but plays the factory. I don't think I want to strip that factory. I think I want to strip the follow-up swamp.
I see as a swamp in hand. Is he gonna him?
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like
Him to target.
you could have take him off the him
Yeah, exactly.
instead of that 2 damage, which all your creatures plus your mazes plus your strips plus your whatever.
Pump Knight. And a hippie. Oh, well, it's a good couple of threats out of his hand.
It was a good hemming. Could have been avoided.
Looks like François is playing 2 Pump Knights in his deck.
So Simon opted for the hippie instead of stripping the white source. Same thing that happened in the first match, right?
Yeah.
A plow just took, but no plow this time.
So...
Is it drain life for 2? Yeah.
Okay. So I think he's just trying to really empty his hand as quickly as possible. Oof.
It's a good discards.
Yeah.
Sometimes the random number.
A lot of him
generator.
action this game.
Oh, there's
Maze,
so he did bring in mazes. Of
Okay.
course.
Which is great for him because now he discards one hand playing the maze. He's going to play the strip,
for sure.
stripping him, now making the hippie much more effective.
Ooh, François kept in his disenchants. Why?
I cannot say. That's an interesting...
I mean, they might work out against a paralyzed or something.
a lot of him action in this game.
You ever heard of black decks?
Factory and swamp. Okay.
It's a good hit for François. But no, it's a bad hit because he's got disenchant. I guess disenchant.
Well, I guess
factory.
François not worried about what's in his hand because he just dropped the city and he has 1 card in hand. So, yeah. Okay.
The white source. Or the blue source.
Yeah, the blue source. At least you want him to take, damage.
Yeah.
And if he's playing a Felwar, which I haven't checked from the deck pick, I don't remember. I don't think he was playing a Felwar.
No Felwars.
Strip mine, okay. So it looks like both players are kind of like in top deck mode a little bit. Hippie doing the damage, Pump Knight coming in. Excellent stuff.
I wonder how much of this position is attributed to François stripping that factory at the beginning instead of the swamp.
Yeah, that is true. Coming in for 4. He's gonna give his both first strike, so 1 for 1. Maybe baiting François with the strip mine, playing the factory.
What can François draw?
Well, Simon just drew the rack, so now adding a little bit of extra damage.
Yeah, so I see again, like, that Moxen didn't need to be played. You could have just kept it in your hand.
Okay, but still... Okay, well, rack's still doing damage.
Yeah.
So,
You're just dead,
unless
right?
François draws an Ancestral,
No, you're just dead.
yeah. And I think that's game. So we got a... Well... Yeah, I think the... Yeah, I think
Yeah, my mono black opponent goes Swamp Go. They have a turn 2 play. My mono black player goes Mishra's Factory Go. They want me to strip their factory because they need their swamps. So I'm not stripping that factory.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
It's okay though. I mean, so that's what game 3 is for.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens. All right, round 3.
Fight.
shuffling. Oh, I'll tell you, there's nothing better than the feel of shuffling like new sleeves.
New sleeves. Yeah.
It's like when you've had sleeves for so long, and they start to get a little, they kind of stick together a little bit, and you just grab a nice pair of freshly sleeved cards.
Yeah, I miss my KMC sleeves. I've been buying Dragon Shields a lot just because they have like all the same.
Yeah, exactly.
But I kind of wish I could go back and I really miss the Hypermat KMC sleeves. Those are good ones.
So, seeing some lands.
The focus is a little bit weird when they come to show.
Looks like Black Knights.
Looks like a very slow hand for François.
Looks like he had a Mind Twist in that hand, so...
I didn't see a Dark Ritual, and I saw a lot of things that are crying for Dark Ritual. So unless I missed the Dark Ritual, it says... Alright, is there a Black Knight in there? Again, I didn't see properly if he had a turn 2. The focus was a bit weird.
I think he has one in hand. One or two in hand, actually. Also. So it seems like Simon took a mulligan. It's got a strip, swamp, looks like a sinkhole.
Is there a jet? Is there a jet in his hand?
I can't see the wool.
Okay, let you go, I presume. Is there a jet? Looks like a jet. Oh man, if François did in fact keep the slow hand and he gets sinkholed.
Oof.
I think it's sinkhole before him. If they do nothing.
I think he just drew the hand. Strip mine.
Yeah, so that's why you sinkhole first. Sinkhole first so that you can strip him on the next turn.
Powerful, right there, just completely.
It's quite earth shattering.
Seems like François is not making those hand gestures anymore.
Sweet deck picture justice. Him.
Oh, I think missing his land drop. Dark Ritual. Hippie. Absolutely classic move.
I would have himmed again and saved the Dark Ritual for the Singer. Like now you're so far away from that Singer. Like any top deck land gets you the Hippie in play. Now you're 3 turns away from the Singer. I would have himmed.
But I don't think he even had enough for the Singer anyways.
No, I know, but like
you
draw one land, that gives you access to Sengir through Dark Ritual, and it gives you access to the Hypnotic. In this way that he did this, he just gets the Hypnotic, and I don't know, but it's okay, whatever. Like it's been a freaking devastating game, so it's probably okay.
A lot of hymns this game, so you discarded a Black Knight and have it in the hand. City of Brass, not exactly the land you want to draw when you're already like, low on mana and life,
and getting smashed,
or getting smashed.
Oh, hitting the 2 drops too. Oh, good God. Yeah. Yeah, François unfortunately kept a very slow hand versus the mono black deck. It's, that's a gamble. That's a gamble. We're saying Simon, but it's probably Simon.
Well, Simon for the English viewers, Simon for the French viewers. Yeah. Potato. Jesus. Just getting completely destroyed from the hippie and hymns and... Oh, okay. I know you had a Mind Twist. Oh, there you go. And even then, like... François is still like...
Well,
he's got any land... Anything he's playing is going to cost him damage. Okay.
Oh. Rough. Okay, that's
kind of like forcing François at this point to like strip his factory.
Yeah. It always happens when you're in this position that 2 of your lands are City of Brass.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
When you're always like low. There we go, stripping the...
And if he gets like oh damn.
Okay,
threat after all that messed up
Simon just absolutely drawing like...
Well, the Initiate's not really shining here, unfortunately.
I'd probably sinkhole the swamp, yeah. And you make him take some damage.
Yeah, nothing really in François' deck needs 2 blue, so might as well make him take the damage, yeah. Okay, well, I think that's gonna be all she wrote, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I doubt François has anything at this point that could manage to...
Yeah.
Okay, as a blocker.
No, yeah, but
then he still takes 2 from the hippie.
Just
And that's it, that's game.
just kabooms him.
Wow, another amazing match.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, a lot of hymns.
Game 1 was not indicative of how this matchup should go. I think games 2 and 3 were. 3 was probably the most accurate of how Mono Black plays out.
Yeah. But I mean, just the 3 matches were fun to watch. I don't think there was, like, really any... You could argue, like, there was maybe a couple of things,
Well,
the sequence of
I
way
think-
cards should have been played,
I think
but...
game 2, François' strip mine was like, you know, we were saying different opinions in the first match. Probably that didn't actually matter. I think this is the first one. Like that strip mine might have actually made a difference in how the games played out. So it's okay. You know, you learn.
You learn, and...
You learn.
Yeah, so I mean, to take away from this, you know, Mono Black, lots of hymns, lots of pup nights. Very nostalgic for me, lots of sinkholes.
Sinkhole first.
Yes. So I think that's it for this match, and thanks for watching. And if you'd like,
Match 3 coming up.
yeah. So if you liked what you saw,
Subscribe.
subscribe, and see you next time.